Hello, 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 hello. I am in bed, and let's just say that I was looking forward to do some editing. Actually covered quite a fraction of what I need to do for this particular adventure that I'm currently editing. I just want to sync it up in a more concise way. So, for the time being, I'm just going to do a little voiceover for this lookbook that you're watching right now. And if you hear a bit of a lisp, or I don't know how to describe it, it's because I'm wearing my detachable retainer. So, there you go. Honestly, I was going back and forth in my head, like what exactly I wanted to talk about for this particular lookbook. And honestly, I'm still debating in my head. So we're just going to see where this goes. You know how I have a tendency to be off the cuff, if not completely unplanned. You know how this is in the Lighthouse Diary. I mean, I consider us pretty close by now, so without further ado, let's just see what comes off the top of my head, and then we'll go from there. Although I shouldn't be on for very long because, or rather, I shouldn't be recording for very long because I should be hitting the sack. I just took my medication that I typically take before going to bed. St. John's wort in particular, in case you're not following my visual journey on the IG, which, yeah, I honestly wouldn't blame you for if you are listening to this or watching this and you're not active on IG. I totally get it because me personally, I'm still taking a break from using the app. I don't know, it's just, I used to have so much fun on it, like as a teenager, but I guess as an adult, thanks to Adam Ivy on YouTube, I kind of treated it more like, more like a job, to be completely honest with you, because on IG, at the time, the funny thing was, it was originally intended, as a teenager for me to, promote my SoundCloud at the time. This was before, the whole Lighthouse branding, and as you could probably guess by now, I stopped using that SoundCloud, but I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise because, apparently there's limited uploads that you can put up on SoundCloud, so I'm just like, oh, well, I guess that really wasn't made to last. And the thing was, one of my, classmates slash friends at the time was telling me, like, yeah, you should sing on YouTube anyway, and honestly, you know how that went. Like, it took me quite a few attempts to get the balls to sing in this little corner of the internet, let alone live, right? So so what happened initially with my teenage relationship with Instagram was basically, I honestly didn't want my relatives in particular to find out what I was doing on SoundCloud, even though that was originally what it was for. So then it just ended up being, your everyday, trying to be viral kind of page. And honestly, I don't think I was particularly bad, at that age anyway. But yeah, long story short, yeah, that was basically a variety page of me just posting whatever I felt was appealing at the time. Like selfies, nature, food. I don't think so much memes at the time. Um, yeah, sometimes it would be even photos of merchandise that I would pass by in stores and I couldn't afford at the time. Like, say, for example, Disney store toys and that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, one thing led to another, and I'm pretty sure I alluded to this, if not 100%, flat out stated it bluntly, that my teens ended up kind of sour towards high school graduation, and I was so desperate to distance myself from the hoopla and the politics of being a teenager at the time that I just shut down that account. Yeah. But yeah, I still miss those friends that I made online through that account outside of school. And if by fate we somehow reconnect on my current account, that'd be amazing, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I didn't think I was going to cover such a sad topic. I think you might have noticed by now that I try to stay away from that as much as possible. And I know it's ironic for both you and me because we are both aware that I started off the Lighthouse Diary by being pretty raw, even if it meant airing my dirty laundry a little too much. But at the same time, I still take into account that, you don't seem to mind my being personal, so I guess we're having another heart-to-heart in a way. Or rather, we're having another session where I'm like, being accustomed to being vulnerable again. Basically, I have to learn how to do that in a healthier way than before. Yeah, I think you understand by now how scared I am of oversharing. I mean, which makes sense. I mean, not to make excuses for, decisions that I regret. At the same time, we are living in the day and age, or at least when I'm recording this, that, there's so many promotions about VPNs and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I gotta remind myself to get a VPN on my devices and things like that. Actually, as I'm recording this, I have some news that I'm not ready to share with anyone in my physical life right now. I'm currently in the process, well, as I'm recording this, of, setting up my new, or like it's new to me anyway, my new Samsung mobile phone. And I'm excited, but at the same time I'm kind of demotivated about it as well. Honestly, the stuff that is on the cell phone that I'm currently recording on, it's not that plentiful. I think the thing that stresses me out the most is that making sure that everything is backed up in the correct place. I don't know why that's scaring me so much, but yeah, if I'm being completely honest, right? So yeah, there's that. But then after all that is said and done with the backing up process, I'm really looking forward to getting a rather decorative case for my new Samsung phone. To be honest with you, I know this is gonna sound super crazy, but the phone that I had before the most newer than Galaxy Core. I know, that's it sounds like insanity to, the tech enthusiasts out there, but that's honestly what I wanted. But then I just ended up getting a really amazing deal on a Samsung A12, and I'm like, I know that's not necessarily the most recent in terms of Samsung as far as I'm aware as I'm recording this. Well, obviously this is going to be in the future for you. But yeah, I'm recording this in July 2022 at the moment, so yeah, you figure where I'm coming from, right? Sorry, I don't mean to put my bad breath on you. I know technically I can't put my bad breath on you through, technology, but you never know what could happen. What if in the future you could smell my breath, even though this is going to be older audio by then? You never know. Creepy shit happens in technology, right? I really need to cut back on my swearing, I know. Oh, goodness gracious, Kaylee. Yeah, honestly, it has been quite a few months of me preparing for a change that is either happening July 2022 or August 2022. And although it has felt like an eternity that I was preparing for this moment, at the same time, I'm really, really scared. I'm very terrified of this new opportunity in my life. I mean, not to say that I'm not grateful. I'm not gonna lie, I think the most that I'm worried about is my sleep schedule. I mean, being someone with 4 mental disabilities and all, but yeah, I'm just going to, my plan basically is to ask for accommodations where I can either locate myself, on the premises, or yeah, have a schedule where I can be like an hour later, simply because I'm in I wouldn't say neighborhood, I'm in a borough far, well, like relatively far from all the exciting things in Toronto, so there's that. So yeah, I'm just going to pray for those accommodations to be available to me, and if those accommodations aren't possible, then it's going to be back to, looking for new opportunities and things like that, but yeah, just praying for strength and tenacity. I don't know why that word is coming up. I don't really use that word all that much, but yeah, I guess I'm praying for tenacity at the moment. Okay, side note, I wanted to mention this. It's kind of unrelated to what we just discussed thus far, but basically, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know the reason why I was thinking this, but I'm not gonna share it because let's just say I'd rather not give too much power to a particular event that kind of inspired a very minor train of thought that I was having on my walk today. So basically, on my walk, I was just thinking to myself, you know what, I'm a short person. I'm wondering if I should be 80 pounds. And I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, and I kind of just assumed it in myself, like, you know what, maybe 80 pounds is the best, weight for my height. But here's the thing though, I'm not saying that other people should necessarily aim for the BMI that I was thinking about. I'm not saying that at all. But with that out of the way, long story short, I googled, as I would, the BMI calculator, and I punched was extremely surprising because I kind of just assumed that, like, oh, I think in the fashion industry, for example, if I were to, you know, whatever, like represent a brand or whatever shit, I think they might require me to be 80 pounds at my height. But yeah, the BMI calculator said, like, that might be a little bit in the danger zone for you. You should be at least 95 pounds. And I'm like, oh, well, okay then. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I would love to talk a little bit more, but I'm just going to end it here for the time being. But we will reconnect, of course, in the next Lighthouse Diary, and naturally, the next Lighthouse Lookbook. But yeah, this one was whispered fairly loudly as opposed to soft spoken, so let me know if this was a nice change of pace. Any topics you would like to discuss here in the Lighthouse Diary, as usual. If for some reason the comments aren't working, feel free to DM me on Instagram. And stay safe, stay cozy. I'm just hearing about a fourth variant or whatever. However, stay